2, 3, and 4 spots can try to do some damage.
And 1-0 the count to Brian Moon. Here's the next one. Swung and fly towards center field. Center fielder Steve Lanier comes in, and he caught it just at the ankle top. Looked like he almost trapped it on the play, Kevin.
That ball was sinking in a hurry, and as Lanier came in, it almost looked like he juggled it and nearly dropped that ball. So things starting a little shaky for the South Gwinnett Comets, but they've been kind of lucky here in the first inning to escape the jams.
That's going to bring Luke Allen, the junior center fielder, to the plate, and here's the first one to him, a curveball, and he fouls it back down the first baseline.
Here is the happiest man in the park that a righty's on the mound right now, because Luke Allen this year has had his share of trouble against the lefties, but he's hit tremendously against the righties.
Brad Wiley working quickly, brings the next one home. A breaking ball drilled towards center field, and Steve Lanier back in his tracks and makes the catch. And that's going to do it for the Rams in the top of the first inning. They scored no runs. They did have one hit. There were no errors, and no one left on base. We head to the bottom of the first inning. Your score is Newton 0 and South Gwinnett coming to bat. You're listening to Newton Ram Baseball on WGFS AM 1430, made possible by East Metro Communications, Covington's authorized agent for Air Touch Cellular.
For the best in chiropractic care, visit Lithonia First Chiropractic. Dr. Michael Brust specializes in nerve and spine rehabilitation. Call for an appointment, 482-1114, 482-1114. Most insurance accepted, and we take care of your insurance paperwork at no charge to you. Call Lithonia First Chiropractic at 3081 Stone Mountain Street in Lithonia, 482-1114. 482-1114.
Charles Evans Nissan refuses to be undersold. We will meet or beat any advertised price on any in-stock unit. If you are tired of high pressure and the runaround, come to Charles Evans Nissan in Conyers. We put the fun back into buying a car. Charles Evans Nissan is located at 1420 Iris Drive in Conyers, 922-7600. Remember, Charles Evans Nissan. We won't be undersold. That's 922-7600.
To the site of the Region 8 tournament. It's the Newton Rams and the South Gwinnett Comets. South Gwinnett has a slogan where good old hardball is played, and yes, hardball with your play-by-play man, Bill Dolan.
Thank you, Kevin Holden. And for the South Gwinnett Comets, here's the way their lineup looks. Ryan Tobin, the second baseman, leads off. Clay Dobbs, the left fielder, hits second. Scott Henley, the designated hitter, hits third. Wes Parks, the right fielder, hits cleanup. In the fifth slot is center fielder Steve Lanier. Todd Drake, the first baseman, hits sixth. Ryan Keogh, the shortstop, seventh. Mark Beverly, the third baseman, hits eighth. And Mike Pappas, the catcher, hitting ninth.
Pretty familiar defense for the Newton Rams. Around the infield, it's Lance Coffin at first base, Ryan Moon at second, Ryan Allen at short, and Sam Allen at third. Matt Easterday in left field, Luke Allen in center, Michael Doss is in right field because Richie Cleary is on the mound, and catching Mr. Cleary is Brian Moon.
And here's Cleary's first offering. It's a curveball and a beauty as he catches the outside corner. And quickly ahead, no balls and one strike. Has his sign from Brian Moon and brings the 0-1 home. Fastball hit on the ground towards Ryan Moon at second. Up, over to first, and quickly, one down.
Richie Cleary in his warm-ups before the first inning was throwing about as good a curveball as we've seen him throw all year. I don't know if the early morning start has something to do with that. This is kind of unusual for Quad A baseball to start at 11 in the morning, but the crowd is starting to file in here, and if Cleary's curveball can stay that way, he'll give the crowd something to cheer about.
Richie comes into the game with a 3-2 mark and a 3.35 ERA. He brings the first one to Clay Dobbs, a little bit low and inside, 1 ball, no strikes. Working quickly, he brings the 1-0, swung and drilled up the middle by Ryan Moon into center field, and the South Gwinnett Comets have their first base runner on a base hit by Clay Dobbs.
And a well-placed ball, and Cleary almost had a chance at that, and Ryan Moon was shading a little bit toward first base. He might have had a shot at that as well, but the lefty just with a well-hit ball up the middle. And now South Gwinnett has their first base runner, and we'll see how Cleary pitches with someone on.
That's going to bring Scott Henley, the designated hitter, to the plate. Cleary working from the stretch, brings the first one home, and it's a curveball that catches the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike.
Cleary's the team leader in walks with 20, and if he can stay away from the bases on balls and keep the strikeout total at about 1 per inning, he should have a good game.
And here's the next one. Swing and a miss. That's a heat just off the outside part of the plate. And Richie quickly ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. Clay Dobbs with a short lead down to first. Quick throw over there. He dives back but gets back in time. It's his lead again. Again, Cleary from the belt. Brings the 0-2. Breaking ball hit towards the second baseman. Ryan Moon up over to second for one, and that's all they'll get. But they made it count as they got the lead runner on the play. Good play by Ryan Moon and Ryan Allen.
Good play from the middle infield and a wise decision from Ryan Allen just to hold on to the baseball and not do anything with it once that flip was made to second base. But South Gwinnett now with 2 outs and a runner at first, a lot less dangerous situation.
That's going to bring a cleanup hitter, Wes Parks, the right fielder for the Comets, to the dish. Scott Henley is now the runner at first. He has a very short lead. Cleary peers in to get his sign from senior catcher Brian Moon, and a snap throw over to first, and caught him with a quick tag, but he's back in time. It's nice to see 4 umpires out there, Kevin, so that that should take away some of the problems on the bases that we've seen earlier this year on some quick calls and other things.
The 4 umpires in postseason play makes it a lot better baseball game.
And the first pitch from Cleary to West Parks is a breaking ball just off the outside part of the plate. 1 ball and no strikes.
The umpire is just one of a lot of things that makes the postseason such a very interesting and fascinating thing to watch.
Swing and drill to deep left field. Way back. That ball might go. And oh, Matt Easterday on the run at the wall with a great running catch. And that's going to take care of the Comets in the first inning. They do get no runs. They had 1 hit. There were no Ram errors and 1 runner left on base. We head now to the top of the second. No score. Newton Ram baseball on WGFS AM 1430, made possible by East Metro Communications, Covington's authorized agent for Air Touch Cellular.
When you need insurance, here's the first thing you should do. Call your auto owner's agent. They are people just like you.
Are you age 55 or older? We've reduced the cost of auto owners' homeowners insurance 20% in Georgia. Here's why. Our statistics show mature homeowners have fewer and less costly losses. So if you're 55 or older, it's only fair to charge you less for your homeowner's insurance. For mature homeowner savings, see your no-problem auto owner's insurance agent.
Call your auto owner's agents. They are people just like you.
See Steele Jones Insurance Agency, located on Floyd Street, Southeast in Covington. Or call 786-9213.
Auto owners, the no-problem people.
And welcome back to Brookwood High School. The first pitch to Richie Cleary fouled right back over our heads and landed about 10 feet behind us. He's now in the hole, no balls and 1 strike. Here comes the 0-1 to Cleary. Breaking ball chopped over the pitcher's head. The shortstop comes in hard, gloves throws, and it's a wild throw and into the Rams dugout, or bounced off a pillar down there. Richie Cleary will reach on the base hit, and let's see what they're going to rule, whether they're going to give him another base or not down there.
Looks like he's staying at first, Bill, and it's the joys of baseball. In the first inning, Brian Moon and Luke Allen both tattooed balls to center field, and they were out. Richie Cleary bounced one perfectly over the pitcher's head. The ball probably went 70 feet, 80 feet, base hit.
Ryan Keel, the shortstop, had to really come in, glove quickly, and try to throw. He did everything he could, but made an errant throw. I don't believe he would have gotten him anyhow. And that brings Sam Allen, the third baseman, to the plate for the Rams. Here's the first one, and it's a fastball and a beauty outside corner at the knees. No balls and 1 strike. Sam comes into this game hitting .280 on the season with 9 RBIs and 2 home runs. Richie Cleary has his lead at first. Sam Allen readies. Throw over to first. Cleary back in, standing up. Had a very short lead and had no problem getting back. Brad Wiley gets a sign from Mike Pappas. And here's the 0-1. And it's a breaking ball that stays way high. Had no break at all on it.
Brad Wiley has a very unusual delivery, very deliberate with the leg kick and throwing that front arm out of the hitter. He may be a little tougher on the right-handed batters. Of course, that's also a benefit to the lefties like Luke Allen, who'll get a little better look at him.
Here's the 1-1 to Sam, and it's fouled as it struck him on the leg and dribbles out in front of the plate. 1-2 the count now on Sam Allen.
Over on the north side of the Region 8 Quad A, they had a very interesting scenario. 3 teams tied for second at 8-4. South Gwinnett was one of those teams. Another team was Heritage and also Norcross. South Gwinnett and Norcross made it by virtue of tiebreaker, but it's not often that you have 4 teams, of course I'm including Central Gwinnett, from one sub-region, 8-4 or better, On the south side, the third-ranked team is 9-3.
Really good ball played this year in both sides of it, and it should turn out to be a very interesting tournament here. Here's the 1-2, breaking ball, popped up. Third baseman coming in, on the run, and he drops it. Sam Allen gets a little bit of life as the third baseman came all the way down, almost to the catcher's box. The catcher never saw it going up the chute and was no help at all to the third baseman. Third baseman came hard and got his glove on it, and will they call that an error, Kevin?
I believe it will be an error on the third baseman. That would have been an out easily otherwise, but he let it bounce out of the mitt. By the way, another side note for you. The teams with the best catchers will do the best in this tournament given the spacious amount of foul ground here.
Here's the 1-2 again, and Sam Allen caught looking. Richie Cleary, though, off and running on the pitch as catcher Mike Pappas held on to the ball, so credit Cleary with a stolen base and a good heads-up play.
Joe Brasfield has done that with his teams throughout the year, stolen them in situations which were kind of surprises, and for that reason, people with not quite as much speed have a lot more stolen bases this year. In fact, Richie Cleary with that one is his 10th of the year.
That's going to bring first baseman Lance Coffin to the plate, and he takes the first pitch for a strike on the outside corner. Good-looking fastball by Brad Wiley. Cleary with a short lead down at second. Coffin prepares for the 0-1, and here it comes. Breaking ball way high. Appears to be having a little problem with his curveball early on.
And the Rams are patient enough that they'll wait until he gets behind in the count with the breaking ball and make him come in with the fastball. Rams are great fastball hitters this year.
1-1 fastball fouled straight back here off the top of the screen and over behind us. Coffin had a fastball and didn't quite get around on it. 1-2 the count.
The Rams as a team this year hitting .313 over the regular season with 15 homers and 123 RBIs. Not a bad total for an entire team.
And the 1-2 to Coffin upstairs, and he checks his swing. They appeal it down to the first base umpire, and he says no swing.
It's a good 1-2 pitch there from Wiley, a fastball up about letter high, and we talk about it all the time. Easiest pitch to see, toughest to hit.
Here's the 2-2 breaking ball, skied down the right field line in foul territory. First baseman giving chase, and he won't get there. There is a ton of space in foul territory down both lines and behind home plate here.
And it's pretty deep to the outfield fences as well, as it's 350 to left and right and 365 to straightaway center. In fact, the shot in the first inning off the bat of West Parks might have been out of Riverside Park or a few other places in this region.
The count stays at 2-2 to Lance Coffin, and here's the next one, and it's down in the dirt. It gets away from the catcher, and Richie Cleary will coast into third base on the wild pitch.
You like to see that from Richie Cleary, who isn't the fastest on this team. He's probably average to above average speed-wise, but you can make up for that quite a bit by being heads up on a base pass and taking extra bases on things like that. Frankly, that ball didn't skip that far away from Mike Pappas, but the fact that he had to turn around and kind of jog after it made the fact that Cleary just went in standing up without a throw.
The count is full now to Coffin. Here it comes, and that's outside. Coffin, after getting behind in the count with a good job, coaxes the base on balls. Rams with a chance here. That's going to bring Brent Johnson, the designated hitter, to the plate. Brent comes in with an even 300 on the season, and he's had a couple of big hits for the Rams this season. He's made the most out of those at-bats.
He most certainly has. In fact, his slugging percentage is at .500, and that should tell you that when he delivers, it's big.
Coffin with a short lead at first. Cleary leads away from third. Here's the pitch, and it's popped up into short right field. The second baseman going out, calls for it, and makes the play. Ryan Tobin, the second baseman, went out just off the edge of the dirt into the grass and made the play, and that's a big out for the second out of the inning.
Yeah, that's the kind of out you don't want if you're the offensive team. A pop-up in the infield with one out and runners at the corners means now that if the Rams are to do anything, Ryan Moon has to reach base somehow, either a base hit or a base on balls.
Well, that, of course, and the monstrous space behind the plate, one of those curveballs down in the dirt getting back to the screen. I think you'll probably see Coach Brasfield sending Richie Cleary. Brad Wiley has his size and prepares to bring it to Ryan Moon. Swung, and that's popped up into short right field. The second baseman, Ryan Tobin, out, squeezes it, and that's going to do it for the Rams here in the top of the second inning. The Rams fail to score. They get one hit. There was one error by the Comets, and 2 runners left on base. We head now to the bottom of the second inning. Still no score. Newton Ram Baseball on WGFS, AM 1430, made possible by East Metro Communications, Covington's authorized agent for Air Touch Cellular.
If you bury your nose in a cloud of sawdust and breathe deep, you're going to get choked up. unless you're the new Husqvarna 36 chainsaw with air injection filtering, now available at Coast to Coast Home and Auto. Husqvarna's exclusive air injection saws run up to 20 times cleaner than any other saw on the market. With the Husky 36, you can work harder and longer without stopping for a filter change. What's more, an ergonomic design means that you can last nearly as long as your Husky. An angled front grip puts you in a comfortable working position that's less prone to fatigue, and vibration is kept to a minimum by separating the handles and engine unit. At only $199.95, you can't buy a better saw for home or farm than the Husqvarna 36 with air injection. So to keep your nose clean, stop by Coast to Coast Home and Auto on the Square in Covington to see the 36 and our entire line of quality Husqvarna products.
Quad A baseball tournament is underway, and exciting, fast-paced baseball action is here with you. The Newton Rams and South Gwinnett Comets here to take you through on your play-by-play, Bill Dolan.
Thank you, Kevin Holden. Both teams with some scoring opportunities that have gone to naught. The Comets left a runner on base on a long drive to the left field fence on a great catch by Matt Easterday, and the Rams, runners on the corners, first and third, only one out and failed to bring them home. Hopefully that won't come back to haunt. The South Gwinnett Comets send up the 5, 6, and 7 hitters in this inning. Steve Lanier, the center fielder, leading off against Richie Cleary. And a breaking ball that stays a little bit high. 1 ball, no strikes. It's a bluebird day. The sun is out, not a cloud in the sky. Cleary brings the 1-0 home. And it's a fastball, outside corner at the knees. Richie working that outside corner well. Count is even at 1-1. And working quickly, Cleary brings it home again, and a same pitch, same place, same result. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Cleary spotting the fastball well. The question is if he can keep that and the curveball up, he'll be very, very good with 2 effective pitches.
There's a shot. Ryan Allen right there, though, at the shortstop, continuing his fine defensive play. Had to climb the ladder just a little bit, but came up with it. Ball hit hard, but a good play by Ryan Allen.
And a good 1-2 pitch from Cleary, as a matter of fact, as that was tailing down and in toward the righty. And a couple of people have had a talk with Cleary the last few weeks about becoming a little more of a pitcher instead of just a hard thrower, and once he develops that, you'll need that against these better teams in the postseason.
And the first pitch to Todd Drake is a curveball and a beauty as it broke down and in on him, and he didn't have a clue. Cleary working quickly brings the 0-1. Fastball just a little bit low, but a good location, evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. And here comes the 1-1 from Cleary. Breaking ball stayed up a little bit, and Drake fouled it back over the screen out of play. He's in the hole now. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Cleary may have been kind of lucky there. He sort of hung that curveball up, but hung it a little too high.
Here's the 1-2, and just fouled back by Todd Drake, the first baseman for the South Gwinnett Comets. Very good pitch.
The people at East Metro Communications know that it's not nice to brag, but they have got to do it. They want everyone to know that they have received the AirTouch Cellular Small Market Agent of the Year Award. This means East Metro Communications outperformed 35 other AirTouch Cellular agents. Their customer service record has put them ahead of the competition. This is the 14th time East Metro has been recognized for outstanding performance. That's East Metro Communications Incorporated, 7115 Highway 278, 786-6796. And now through May 13th, new customers and some existing ones may be eligible for $100 airtime free. Call or stop by for details. That's East Metro Communications, located on Highway 278 in Covington, 786-6796. East Metro Communications is an authorized agent for AirTouch Cellular, the new name for Pactel.
14:30, we are in the bottom half of the second inning with no score. Bill Dolan, your play-by-play.
Thank you, Kevin Holden. While we were away, Todd Drake struck out the first strikeout for Richie Cleary, and Ryan Keogh is in the hole, but he grounds it down hard to Sam Allen. Good stop, up and through, and Sam Allen with a big defensive play there, and that's going to take care of the Comets here in the second inning. They send 3 men to the plate, 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. At the end of 2, still no score. Newton Ram Baseball on WGFS AM 1430, made possible by East Metro Communications, Covington's authorized agent for AirTouch Cellular.
Did you know that termites cause more damage to homes annually than fires, floods, and natural disasters combined? To protect your home from termites and other pests, call Cleary Exterminating at 786-4937. They'll send them packing, termites and beetles, fleas, rats and mice, roaches, and ants. Commercial or residential, we can help get rid of what bugs you. Call Cleary Exterminating on Highway 278 in Covington, 786-4937. At Cleary Exterminating, we make mouse calls.
It's April's Best Buys of the Month going on now at Mayfield Ace Hardware. A Wedco 2.5-gallon polycan, only $2.77. Ace long-handled shovels, $9.99 each. Wesley's Car Wash or Tire Cleaner, $1.99 each. And an Ace 34-gallon trash can, only $8.77. It's April's Best Buys of the Month going on now at Mayfield Ace Hardware on the Square and in Newton Plaza.
Here on WGFS AM 1430, the Region A Quad A tournament at the Hard Luck Cafe Wing Ding Inning. Bill Dolan, your play-by-play.
Thank you, Kevin Holden. Matt Easterday leads it off and fouls it back out of play. And Matt Easterday is batting for Crystal Hart of Covington in the third inning here. The Hard Luck Cafe Wing Ding Inning, 100 hot wings on the line. Here comes the 0-1 to Matt, and it's dribbled towards the shortstop. Third baseman over. Can't get it. First baseman up, and he throws it away. And Easterday will head to second. Another dribbler that the infield had trouble handling. Credit Matt Easterday with a base hit, and then an error on the throw by the shortstop.
Ryan Keogh unleashed one that was about 10 feet up the right field line, and Easterday allowed to go to second base there, and that's the difference in that fundamental defense. Earlier, Ryan Allen held onto a ball instead of trying to throw that one away. That one would have been a close play, but it was so far up the line, it gave Easterday the extra base. And by the way, the delivery of this right-hander is having an effect on right-handed batters. We've seen a lot of Newton Ram righties swinging with the arms instead of the body, which means they're pulling away from that sort of sidearm crazy delivery.
That brings Ryan Allen, the senior shortstop, to the plate. He singled his first time up to the plate, but was out stealing, and he takes the first pitch high and away for a ball. Ryan batting for Calvin Hurd of Lithonia, Georgia here. And here's the 1-0, and it's upstairs. 2-0 the count now. Ryan Allen has done an amazing job at getting on base. He has walked 21 times in addition to his 30 hits. He readies for the 2-0, and that's a fastball inside corner, waist high, and the count now 2 balls and 1 strike.
You want to talk about the ultimate leadoff hitter, a .634 on base percentage, and in 24 games he has scored 31 runs.
Here's the 2-1, and that's upstairs. 3-1 the count, and he's about to reach base again.
He did so his first time up with that base hit.
You can't ask much more than that from a leadoff hitter to be on base as often as he has. Easterday with a short lead down second. Here's the 3-1, and that ball skied down the left field line. The left fielder will not get it. That ball is fair, and into the corner. Here comes Easterday, and he holds it third. Ryan Allen into second with a double, his second hit of the ball game.
Well hit from Ryan Allen, not because of how hard it was hit, but because of the positioning of it. The no-man's land down that left field line. It's too far for the third baseman to go, too far for the left fielder to go, and South Gwinnett's head coach John Sawyer is coming out to talk to his pitcher. John Sawyer, legendary in the state of Georgia for his exploits as a high school baseball coach. There's a lefty warming up in the bullpen for the Comets, and it may not be long if this pitcher gets in trouble. We may see that lefty come in. As you mentioned, the Rams have had their share of troubles against the lefties this year.
And I'm not hit by Ryan Allen. The left fielder, Clay Dobbs, was playing more towards left center, which was kind of surprising with Ryan Allen up to the plate. And there was no chance for him to get to the ball. It was just a matter of whether it was going to stay fair or go foul. It looked like it was about 12 inches fair as it just hit inside the chalk. A good break for the Rams. And that's going to bring Brian Moon to the plate with 2 ducks on a pond. Brian hit the ball hard his first time up to bat on a line drive that the center fielder made a shoe-top catch on. He hits her with nobody out and runners at second and third. And that ball skied to shallow left field. Dobbs coming in, will not get it. And Matt Easterday on his way home. Here's the throw. It's high and overthrown. And a base hit and RBI for Brian Moon, and the Rams on top, 1-0.
My view of that ball was blocked because a couple of the cutoff men were standing right between where I am and the left fielder. We are right on field level, right behind home plate. And it looked perhaps as if the left fielder, Dobbs, was coming in, but then misjudged it perhaps, and it fell in front. Either way, an interesting situation. A single in which a runner at second stays at second.
And that brings Luke Allen to the plate, and he swings and misses at the high heat. Luke batting for Stephanie Reed of Covington, Georgia. 100 hot wings on the line from the Hard Luck Cafe. No balls, one strike. A high breaking ball to Luke Allen. And once again, Brad Wiley having trouble with the curveball. 1-1 the count. Brian Moon down at first. Ryan Allen leads away from second. Good speed on the base pass. Here's the 1-1 to Luke. And that's a called strike on the inside corner, a fastball. And Luke now in the hole. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Brad Wiley looks in for his sign. Here comes the 1-2. And Allen stays alive as he fouls it down the third baseline. You can probably hear some of the Newton fans out here. We're right out amongst them, and they're excited about this Ram team and the chance, hopefully, to go to the state this year again.
This crowd is great for an 11 a.m. game down both sidelines. Of course, South Gwinnett is just up the street. They could almost have walked here from South Gwinnett High School.
Here comes the 1-2 to Luke. It's a breaking ball down in the dirt. Good block on the play by Mike Pappas. Kept it out in front of him, and the runner's unable to advance.
Pappas has been pretty impressive behind the plate. Kind of reminiscent of a Pappas that plays Major League Baseball.
He has not let anything get by him. There was one that he blocked, but the runner was able to advance early. Here's the 2-2 to Luke, and it's high and away, and the count runs full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Do you start the runners here?
If I'm in Coach Brassfield's position, I believe I do, simply because you have the chance for a big inning, and when opportunity knocks, you have to take advantage.
Shortstop sneaking. They are going, and there's a shot on 1 hop, second base. And they get the... And I'm not sure exactly what the call is. Are they calling it a... The umpire did not make a call as to whether it was caught. I guess they're saying it was caught and not trapped. And that's going to be a double play.
That's a triple play, Bill.
Or a triple play, rather.
So
it is a triple play.
So the answer was don't start the runners. He did, and there was a triple play involved.
You're absolutely right. And a strange play. It did not look as if the ball had been caught. It looked like it had been trapped. The shortstop caught the ball. They went to second to retire Ryan Allen and then threw over to first and got Brian Moon. A triple play, something you don't see very much. But the Rams do break onto the board as they score 1 run on 3 hits. There were no errors and nobody left on base. We head now to the bottom of the third inning. Your score is now Newton 1, South Gwinnett 0. Newton Ram Baseball on WGFS AM 1430, made possible by East Metro Communications, Covington's authorized agent for Air Touch Cellular.
Hey, Carl, the greenskeeper here for the Hard Luck Cafe. You know, that's that little red building down by Nationwise. After a hard day hunting varmints on the golf course, I love to stop by and get some hot wings from the Hard Luck Cafe. They've got them all the way from that extra mile up to my favorite, TNT. It's a real Cinderella story how Randy has become king of the wings. So stop by and see Randy or call him at 787-0421. When you do, tell him Carl sent you and maybe he'll give me a free wing or something. Remember, that's 787-0421.
Today's business relies on communication. A two-way radio system provides communication instantly. For information about two-way radio, visit East Metro Communications, this area's oldest dealer in communications equipment. East Metro Communications is locally owned and operated. That means you get good hometown service before and most importantly after the sale. East Metro Communications is conveniently located on Highway 278, a quarter mile east of the hospital. Call 786-6796.
From Brookwood High School and the 8 Quad A tournament, baseball being brought to you here live on WGFS. It's the Newton Rams and South Gwinnett Comets, Wild and Woolly, with Bill Dolan bringing you the play-by-play.
Thank you, Kevin Holden. Strange play to end the inning. Still, I think the Rams were unsure. The umpire at second base did not really give a clear call whether that ball was caught or not. And as it turns out, the South Gwinnett Comets turned the triple play to get out of the inning with only 1 run scored. Cleary pitching to third baseman Mark Beverly. Throws one a little bit low and outside. 1-0 the count. And here's the 1-0, and he checks his swing on the breaking ball. They appeal it, and the first base umpire rings him up. 1-1 the count. Cleary continued.
Made 55 errors this year. So, yeah, there have been times where the defense has been pretty shaky, but if they can keep it at this level, this is really a postseason level.
And Ryan Allen did everything right there, charging the ball, got the good hop, made a good strong throw, and easily retired the runner. That brings the catcher, Mike Pappas, to the plate, and he takes the first one a little bit low and outside for a ball. Cleary ready to wheels and deals the 1-0. Fastball and a beauty outside corner, and Richie not getting behind in the counts. He's staying even in every count. 1-1 the count here. Working quickly, here it comes, and off speed, just a little bit low and outside. 2-1 the count. And here comes the 2-1. Fastball outside corner. Same place as before, same location, same call. That evens the count, 2-2.
Work quickly, throw strikes, change speeds. Richie Cleary is following that motto here.
And see you later. Mike Pappas caught looking on a big curveball from Richie Cleary. And that's going to be Richie's second strikeout of the game. And quickly, 2 outs here in the third inning.
Cleary doing it the right way, knocking down the hitters in order, not getting behind in the count, and that serves 2 purposes. 1, you don't walk people and put them on base, and of course 2, you don't have to throw the fastball in the wheelhouse.
That brings the leadoff hitter Ryan Tobin to the plate, and there's the curveball, and once again, that one catches the inside corner. Cleary ahead, no balls and 1 strike. Working quickly, here it comes, and that's down in the dirt and back to the backstop. Ryan Tobin grounded out to the second baseman, Ryan Moon, his first at-bat. And hits here now with 2 outs in the bottom of the third inning. This ballgame moving right along. Rams with a chance for a big inning last inning, had a tough break on a hard-hit ball. Here's the 1-1, and a swing and a curveball, and he did not check his swing. Cleary's curveball with a sharp break on it has these hitters off balance. Tried to check his swing and unable to do so. 1-2 the count now, with 2 out. And here comes the 1-2 from Cleary. Swing and hit into the hole. Allen up. Long throw across. And got him. Once again, another good play by shortstop Ryan Allen as he went into the hole, came up gunning, and got him. Up and down once again for the South Gwinnett Comics. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. Your score at the end of 3 innings is Newton 1, South Gwinnett scoreless. We head now to the top of the 4th inning. You're listening to Ram Baseball right here on WGFS AM 1430, made possible by East Metro Communications, Covington's authorized agent for Air Touch Cellular.
Your guide to lawn care, farming, and gardening is the Farm and Garden Depot on Emory Street in Covington. For animal health, they have vitamins, dewormers, Happy Jack and Adams flea products, rabbit cages and supplies, chicken feeders and supplies, and AG spot sprayers. That's the Farm and Garden Depot, 4125 Emory Street, behind Burger King in Covington. 787-3870, 787-3870.
For out-of-this-world savings in every department, don't miss Goodies Moonlight Madness Sale starting Friday at 5 p.m. Shop Friday night till 11 for doorbuster specials including Junior's Duckhead Shorts just $15.99 and Men's Bugle Boy Denim Shorts only $12.99. Goodies Moonlight Madness Sale starting Friday at 5 p.m.
Feels good. Feels true. Goodies feels like you.
And we are back from Brookwood High School. The Region 8 Quad A Baseball Tournament live here on WGFS AM 1430. This is the first game in the first round. Newton Rams, South Gwinnett Comets. The Comets have changed pitchers. A lefty is on the hill. He doesn't have a name right now, but he will in just a moment. And as the Newton Rams come up here in the 4th inning, they'll have Richie Cleary, Sam Allen, and Lance Coffin coming up to the plate. So the lefty coming in here for the South Gwinnett Comets after the first 3 innings by the right-hander, and he only gave up 1 run, but the Rams really wasted big scoring opportunities, and the lefty on the hill, Bill Dolan, your play-by-play.
Thank you, Kevin. And Richie Cleary leads off against the new pitcher, dribbles it, and he beats it out. Another chop single for Richie Cleary as the second baseman came in, gloved it, and was unable to make the throw. From best we gathered, Brian Blannett is the pitcher for South Gwinnett right now, Kevin. That's what we were able to come up with.
John Sawyer goes to the left-hander here after seeing 3 innings from the righty, and once again we say he gave up only the 1 run, but it took a triple play, among other things, to keep the Rams from having further damage.
And here's the first pitch to Sam Allen. That ball's down low and away. He's ahead in the count now. 1 ball and no strikes. And throw over to first, Cleary back, and the pitcher, Blanton, almost throws that one away.
That wasn't his best pickoff move to first base, no doubt about it.
Sam Allen up in the count. 1 ball, no strikes. Waits for the next one. Here it comes. And inside, 2-0. Sam had to step back a little bit on the inside heat.
Sam Allen picking a good time if he wants to heat up here. A .280 hitter during the regular season. If you'll remember, his average got up into the high 300s because of all the postseason play the Rams had last year.
And there's a chopper to the third base. It makes a good glove hand. Over to second for one, over to first, and a double play as Sam Allen is retired. Around the horn, 5-4-3.
So South Gwinnett in consecutive innings turns a triple play and a double play. The Rams are not having problems putting runners on base. The question is getting them across and scoring them. And this 1-0 game looks like a very, very close one on the scoreboard. Of course, it is a close game, but the Rams certainly have done damage at the plate. It's just a matter of pushing those people across.
And that brings Lance Cawthon to the plate. He walked his first time after getting behind in the count, did a good job, and coaxed the base on balls. He hits here now with 2 outs in the top of the 4th inning. And here's the 1-0, and it's inside and almost hits him. 2-0 the count now.
Well, Cawthon has found a way to get on base throughout the year. His on-base average at .470 for the regular season, and he walked his first time after being in a hole 1-2.
Here comes the 2-0 to Lance, and he pops it up into shallow center field. Steve Lanier comes in and gloves it, and that's going to do it for the Rams in the 4th inning. They scored no runs. They did have 1 hit. There were no errors and nobody left thanks to the double play. We head now to the bottom of the 4th inning with your score still Newton 1, South Gwinnett 0. Newton Ram Baseball on WGFS AM 1430, made possible by East Metro Communications, Covenant's authorized agent for Air Touch Cellular.
Take the first step in enjoying the benefits of professional foot and ankle care by calling Atlanta Area Podiatry at 385-1935 in Covington or 918-1943 in Conyers. For your convenience, most surgical procedures are performed in our surgical suite on an outpatient basis. State-of-the-art laser equipment will minimize your discomfort. For initial consultation to follow-up care, contact Atlanta Area Podiatry, located at 4122 Tate Street in Covington or 1720 Honey Creek Commons in Conyers. Call the best before trying the rest. Atlanta Area Podiatry, 385-1935 in Covington or 918-1943 in Conyers. Your headquarters for quality care. Atlanta Area Podiatry, 4122 Tate Street in Covington or 1720 Honey Creek Commons in Conyers. Atlanta Area Podiatry.
And welcome back. Brookwood High School playoff action. And here to bring you home the rest of the way, Kevin Holden.
All right, Bill Dolan, thank you very much. The postseason atmosphere is definitely here at Brookwood High School. The stands are packed with adoring baseball fans, ready to see the true baseball action. That, of course, is the Region 8 Quad A tournament. South Gwinnett in the bottom half of the 4th will send up Clay Dobbs, Scott Henley, and Wes Parks. Top part of their order, 2, 3, and 4 spots. Richie Cleary still out there on the hill. We're having retired 7 straight batters. He has pitched very well this game. First pitch, a curveball in the dirt. Dobbs had to skip out of the way of that first pitch. It's 1-0. Richie Cleary, though, in this game has become a lot more of a pitcher and a lot less of a thrower. He hasn't walked anyone, but has struck out only 2. There's a swing and a hard grounder towards second. Ryan Moon dives. He comes up with it, but won't have a play at first base. He had a long way to range, and by the time he could get back to his feet, safe at first was Clay Dobbs.
And he was cheating up the middle with the right-handed hitter at the bat, and went a long way, as you said. Dive, made a good stop. Even if he gets up and makes a perfect throw right then, I don't know if he gets him because the ball was not hit that hard.
Now Henley, the designated hitter, will step to the plate, reaching on a fielder's choice his first time. Don Sawyer is out talking to the home plate umpire, and we are going to see a pinch runner at first base for Mr. Dobbs. Alex Holloway is in. So Holloway will be at first base here with no one out. We're in the bottom half of the 4th. Rams ahead of the South Gwinnett Comets 1-0. But the Rams have wasted big-time opportunities. South Gwinnett in this game turned a triple play in the 3rd inning with first and second, no one out. The runners were going, and a line drive up the middle turned into a 6-4-3 triple play. South Gwinnett's turned another double play. The Rams had another situation where they stranded first and third, and in the first inning, the leadoff man got on, but he was caught stealing. Here's Henley. He was looking to bunt. Snap throw toward first base. Safe there. It'll be a strike. Henley tried to bunt that pitch that was out of the strike zone. 2
And Brian Moon, with one of those patented snap throws of his down to first base, almost got Alex Holloway leaning away from the base.
Only 3 people have reached base. There's a snap throw to first from Richie Cleary. That one pretty close. Holloway back in. Dobbs has reached base twice. In fact, he has both of the Comet hits in this game. Henley's the other person who's reached base, and it was because of a forced play at second. He's trying to bunt again. He may have pulled this one back. 1 ball, 1 strike. They're going to check the first base umpire, who says that he did pull the bat back, so it will be 1-1. After this, it'll be Central Gwinnett and Brookwood. Actually, that's the last game. Parkview and Norcross, the next one. But a fine full day of baseball action. Another attempted bunt. Here's another snap throw from Moon to first. And once again, the runner back in at first, but Henley pulled it back, so it'll go to 2 balls, 1 strike.
That pitch is a tough pitch to bunt, that one upstairs in the strike zone. And the Rams, and a lot of the Ram fans thought the previous pitch that he had offered at it and pulled it back, but the first base umpire did not give the call.
Cleary again tests first base, but Holloway is back in. Wes Parks on deck. He put a charge into one earlier on. Yesterday he had to make a catch against the wall. 2-1 pitch is low. 3 balls, 1 strike down to the number 3 batter, Scott Henley.
Richie getting a little too careful here. Has for the first time gotten deep into a count with a hitter. Needs to just go ahead and worry about this hitter and let his defense pick him up behind him.
Stretch the 3-1 pitch. It's bunted, but up in the air. Moon almost had a chance to make the play on that, but it was just a foot out of his reach, and the count goes full.
Good pitch by Richie there. Made it a tough pitch to bunt. It was in the strike zone. Scott Henley went after it and popped it up, and another foot closer to Brian Moon, and I think he would have been able to make the play on it.
He tried everything he could to come up out of the crouch position and make that catch. It was probably 6 feet away from home plate to the first base side. 3-2 pitch up high, ball 4. First walk for Richie Cleary. And now for the Comets, runners at first and second with no one out. And the cleanup man, Wes Parks, at the plate. So for Cleary, a perfect time to bear down and pitch like he did in those first 3 innings.
He doesn't want to make a mistake to this batter because, as you mentioned a moment ago, Wes Parks drilled one to deep left field, and in many ballparks around the region, that ball would have left the yard.
Fairly deep to the fences here, and that's what kept it in. First pitch, a curveball, nice pitch, and a called strike on the inside corner, 0-1.
What Richie needs to do, he needs to keep pitching. Worry about the hitters. Great pitch there to start the hitter off.
0-1 pitch, swung on and popped up, foul territory. Near the South Gwinnett dugout, Sam Allen drifts and drifts, now makes the catch. For the first out, that was hit a mile high, and Sam Allen got his wind sprints in for the day, running back and forth to try to get under that fly ball, but did finally make the play, and that's a nice way to retire that cleanup hitter.
Very tough play. The ball was hit so high, and there are no clouds in the sky. It's really tough sometimes to pick up the ball hit like that. Sam stayed with it and made a good play. Of course, the ball being fouled, that took away the infield fly rule. Must be fair for that to be in effect.
Steve Lanier was trying to bunt and went after a pitch that was in the dirt, so that'll be strike 1 to him. He hit a hard liner that Ryan Allen made a nice jumping stab on back in the second inning. South Gwinnett, no runs, 2 hits. They've made 1 error. The Rams a run on 5 hits so far. They have not committed a miscue, knock on wood. Stretch and the pitch up high, ball 1.
Kind of strange seeing the 5th place hitter, Steve Lanier, attempting to bunt with 1 out already in the inning. I can understand wanting to move the runners over, but with 2 outs and getting down deep in your order, it's kind of a strange play.
1-1 pitch, he thought about it there and pulled it back. It's up high for ball 2. Usually your number 5 guy is the RBI hitter, and for that reason you want him swinging away in an RBI situation like this. 2-1 pitch. He is bunting. It's up the third base line, and a beauty. Cleary's only play is to first base, and it's up the line. Here comes the runner headed for the plate. Coffin's throw, and the runner is out at home plate. A good throw from Lance Coffin, and the runner at third base, Holloway, going for the plate, even though the ball escaped maybe 2 or 3 feet away from Coffin, and a good heads-up play from Coffin and a perfect throw.
And South Gwinnett basically ran themselves into a little problem there. Actually, the way that play will be scored, we'll call that a sacrifice, and I guess actually probably a base hit on the bunt. Credit Steve Lanier with a base hit on the bunt, moving the runners up, and then as the throw got away, Lance Coffin made a perfect throw to Ryan Moon, who sat, and all he had to do was wait for the runner to come into him.
So Holloway is out, 3-2 at the plate. Henley stopped at second. Lanier will be at first after the base hit. And Brassfield, the head coach, Joe Brassfield of the Newton Rams, talking with the first base umpire, probably saying that Lanier may have blocked the base path, and that's what made him safe at first, is that he somehow obstructed Coffin from catching the ball. But, of course, down that line, the base runner has that right to the base path.
You're absolutely right. It appeared that he was right on the inside of the baseline, but it was pretty close, I think.
Todd Drake with two down, pops one up. Cleary could get out of this. Sam Allen in foul territory cannot make the play. It curved in on him at the last second and bounced off the glove hand. So one strike on the hitter, but of course Cleary would, and a lot of the Ram fans and players would like to have seen that be the end of this one, with first and second, two down.
A good try by Sam Allen. This one a little tougher than the last one because he had to run with his back to the infield. Actually was able to get his glove on it, but just a real tough chance for him.
Drake, a strikeout victim his first time. Cleary has walked one and struck out two. 0-1, called strike, outside corner, 0-2. That's location. That's something that Richie Cleary has worked on and has improved definitely, as we can see in this particular game. The stretch, the 0-2 pitch, swung on and bounced on one hop. Could be trouble. Ryan Moon comes in. His throw to first. Got it. And the first base umpire with the energetic punch out of Todd Drake. That's the third out of the inning for South Gwinnett. No runs, 2 hits. No Newton Ram errors. Couple men left on base for the Comets, and we have played 4 full innings from Brookwood High School with your score. The Newton Rams 1 and the South Gwinnett Comets nothing. 8 Quad A Region Tournament Baseball on WGFS AM 1430, made possible by East Metro Communications, Covington's authorized agent for AirTouch Cellular.
Charles Evans Nissan refuses to be undersold. We will meet or beat any advertised price on any in-stock unit. If you are tired of high pressure and the runaround, come to Charles Evans Nissan in Conyers. We put the fun back into buying a car. Charles Evans Nissan is located at 1420 Irish Drive in Conyers, 922-7600. Remember, Charles Evans Nissan. We won't be undersold. That's 922-7600.
For the best in chiropractic care, visit Lithonia First Chiropractic. Dr. Michael Brust specializes in nerve and spine rehabilitation. Call for an appointment, 482-1114, 482-1114. Most insurance accepted, and we take care of your insurance paperwork at no charge to you. Call Lithonia First Chiropractic at 3081 Stone Mountain Street in Lithonia, 482-1114. 482-1114.
A little bit of a scare in the last inning for the Rams, but a good defensive play, retiring a player at the plate, keeps the Rams with their slim 1-0 lead. And we move to the top of the 5th, and here with the play-by-play, Kevin Holden.
Bill Dolan, thank you very much. Brent Johnson, Ryan Moon, and Matt Easterday, the next 3 the Rams will send to home plate here in the 5th inning. First pitch to Johnson, low and inside, ball 1. Brian Blanett, known as Breeze, the left-hander. Wind and the pitch. That's up high, ball 2. Got to know, why is he known as Breeze?
Maybe he brings it with the breeze. Be nice to see Brent Johnson get going here after, I'm sure he was very unhappy with his first at-bat, popping up with runners at third base and first base.
Takes the 2-0 here for strike 1 on the inside corner. Brian Blanett, the left-hander, came in last inning. This is his second full inning of work. Gave up 1 hit, but that was retired on a double play last inning. 2-1 pitch, high and inside, so it's 3-1 now to Johnson.
And once again, he's having a little bit of problem with control and has not shown a real good breaking ball either, so if these Ram hitters can sit on a good fastball, they can make things happen.
That's up high, ball 4, and for the 5th straight inning, the Rams have the leadoff man on base. Definitely, by all indications, they should have more than 1 run on the scoreboard. Ryan Allen single to start the first. Richie Cleary single to start the second. Easterday with a single in the third. Cleary singled in the fourth. And Johnson walks here to start inning number 5, and he'll be rewarded by being removed for a pinch runner. And this is Stephen Hires, and an interesting note about Hires, Bill.
That's right. Stephen Hires called up from the junior varsity. Stephen from the famous Hires family, and he is wearing a number that has been retired from Newton baseball, but the Hires family agreed to let him wear it during the season or during these playoffs so that he could come up and play because there was a jersey shortage.
So number 21 at first base, and his name is Hires, so that's kind of familiar to a lot of people in this area. Of course, it's a different Hires. It's Stephen down at first base. and Ryan Moon is the hitter. He popped up to second base the first time that he came to the plate a few innings back. Yet another base runner here for the Newton Rams. The question now, can they capitalize? You think of it in terms of ABC baseball. We've seen plenty of A, that is runners getting on base, and even some B, that is advancing them, but very little C, that's scoring. Snap throw toward first base, and very close but safe at first base is Hires. Blannett using a Steve Avery type move, a quick step off and the snap throw.
Looked like the umpire was one to punch him out, but the first baseman, Todd Drake, dropped the throw. It was very close. Stephen Hires had a huge lead, and with a lefty, he was kind of into no man's land there for a moment.
Drake holds him close at first base. Blannett takes a stare in at Mike Pappas. The lefty comes to the belt, and he brings it home. It's up high. Runner heads for second base. The throw there has him beat, and the tag is made in time. That's the first out. That throw was there in plenty of time, but way up high. But Ryan Keogh did a good job of bringing it back down and tagging out Hires.
It was a real high throw, but down there in plenty of time, and Stephen Hires was definitely out from me to you on the play.
With one out now, the pitch to Ryan Moon inside, ball 2. So again, the leadoff man reaching base is unable to do anything as he's caught stealing here. Moon, the right-handed batter, awaits, and the delivery is a called strike, 2-1.
Counting the out stealings, the triple play, and the double play, the Rams have now lost 5 runners on the base pass already in the 5th inning.
Pitch low and inside, ball 3, and when you're wrapped up in a one-run ball game and you lose 5 on the base pass, that cannot be a positive sign at all. Well, another wide one, and the Rams would have another base runner with Matt Easterday on the on-deck circle. 3-1 pitch, inside, ball 4. That'll put Ryan Moon at first base with 1 down. Easterday a single and a run scored. In fact, he holds the distinction here of being the only person in this place to say he's crossed home plate today.
I believe on the attempted steal by Stephen Hires, it appeared that the Rams had a bunt and run type play on, but I think Stephen mistook the sign a little bit because it looked like Coach Brassfield not real pleased with him on the play. But hopefully the Rams can keep things going with Matt Easterday up to the plate now.
There's another lefty in the bullpen warming up for the South Gwinnett Comets. Every team that sees the Rams, I have a feeling, is going to trot out the left-handed arms during this tournament. Throw to first base. Not the greatest of moves, and Ryan Moon is back.
One of the problems, I think, with left-handers against the Rams, too, that's really taken them out of their running game, because the Rams unable to really read the moves well and get a good jump and steal the bases like they do when they're playing well. Easterday
takes a pitch up high, ball 1. For a number 9 batter, he is certainly a tremendous hitter. I'm sure one of the top number 9 batters anywhere around, a .333 hitter with a home run, 11 RBI this year. On base average right around .460. Pitch on the way to him. This one is skied toward left center field. On the run is Lanier. On the run is Dobbs. This one is scored. Home run. Matt Easterday. There must be some wind up there, because Matt Easterday hit that one. It looked like a nice easy pop fly to left center. All of a sudden it carried about 360 feet over that left center field wall. Easterday and the Rams are all smiles. The 2-run shot from the number 9 batter makes it 3-0.
He got all of that, and the ball just kept carrying and carrying towards left center, almost to center field, and it really appeared like he had gotten a lot of it, but I did not think it was going to leave the ballpark. But like you said, there is a little bit of wind blowing straight out to center field. Now that ball got up in a slight wind tunnel and was just gone. And one of the few times you'll see Matt Easterday go to that side of the field, he really drilled it.
The homer to left center puts the Rams up by 3. Now here's Ryan Allen. He thought about bunting the first pitch, but took it up high for ball 1. For Easterday, his second homer, RBIs number 12 and 13. The pitch to Allen, low and well outside. Pappas with a good stop there, 2-0.
And Brian Blannett has been behind in the count to each of the hitters. He's had walked 2 already, got behind Matt Easterday, and Matt sat on that fastball and jumped all over it and lost the ball.
Allen awaits the 2-0 offering, and it's low, ball 3. Ryan Allen has reached base twice, imagine that. His sub-reaching on-base percentage, when we figured it about a week ago, was .768. The Rams played 2 more games after that. We don't have the updated stat, but as the 3-0 pitch comes in for strike one called on the outside corner, you've got to imagine that the on-base average stayed around 700 in sub-region play. When your leadoff man gets on 70% of the time, you're in pretty good shape. The 3-1 on the way. Called strike, same place, 3-2.
Well, the last 2 games he was on base 4 out of 7 times, so it didn't drop much. It's probably stayed at least at 760 or thereabouts. Just incredible. It's really stepping it up in the sub-region play.
634 overall, his on-base percentage. It'll go up here as well. 3-2 outside, ball 4. So in terms of the on-base percentage, Allen is 3 for 3 in this one as he receives the free pass. And while we have a moment, we want to say hello to a devoted fan of Newton Ram baseball, J.C. House, who has had surgery and he's at home recovering. And Amber wanted to say hello to J.C. House, so Amber says hey to you, J.C., and we hope you get to feeling a lot better, and thanks for tuning in to Ram Baseball.
And John Sawyer, the head coach of the South Gwinnett Comets, comes out to talk to his pitcher, Breeze Blanet. Blanet having trouble finding the plate here, and the only pitch he has shown really has been the fastball. And like we talked about, these Ram hitters can hit the fastball. Matt Easterday sat on one, got it up into the wind, and the Rams, the beneficiary of that 2-run shot, now with a 3-0 lead in the 5th inning.
Blennon has not retired a batter really in this inning. He walked the first man who was caught stealing then he walked the next man, Ryan Moon, gave up the 2-run homer, and he's walked Ryan Allen. So the lefty with the control troubles prompts the coach to come out and talk, and now 2 righties warming up for South Gwinnett way out there in the Brookwood bullpen down the left field line. So Blanet will deliver to Brian Moon, who's batting from the right side now against the lefty. He takes a strike. 0-1. Moon is 1 for 2.
Brian had a single his last time and was erased in that mysterious triple play that ended the inning in the 3rd inning.
That's a play that a lot of fans here will remember for a long time. You very rarely see triple plays under any circumstances, and when you see it in the postseason, it means that much more. It's that much more important. And for a while, we were very, very worried about that, but the Rams have done a little bit to pad the lead since then, making it 3-0. Pappas with the sign, stretch and pitch. This one is hit hard but foul down the left side. That pitch was up about shoulder high, and Moon turned on it like a pull hitter and pulled that one well foul.
Once again, he was sitting on a pitch to hit, got just a little bit out in front of it, and really drilled it.
No balls, 2 strikes, 1 down. Coming to you from Snellville, Georgia, and Brookwood High School, the 8 Quad A baseball tournament going on for the next several days here. That pitch up high for ball 1. 3 games today, 3 games Monday. Then depending on who's left, there will be games throughout next week up until next Thursday or so, when we'll see the championship games of the 8 Quad A tournament. 2nd year in a row that Brookwood has hosted this. 1-2 pitch, a curveball up high, ball 2.
And once again, the breaking ball, not even close from Brian Blanet. The only pitch he's gotten close to the plate has been the fastball, and he hasn't been real good with that either.
So after being ahead 0-2, count now even. And the 2-2 pitch on the way home with the runner going, it's popped up behind us and foul. So Allen will return to first base, and Moon will step back up with the same count of 2-2.
And Brian Blanet basically ignored Ryan Allen on the play. He got off with a great jump and was almost down to second base by the time the ball cleared our heads behind us.
The Rams, if they win today, will play at 8 p.m. on Monday. They will play the winner of Parkview versus Brookwood. Change that, Central Gwinnett versus Brookwood, as there's a hard line drive towards center field. And the center fielder has dropped the ball. Ryan Allen will stop at second base. Steve Lanier had a can of corn out there and took his eye off it. It bounced away from him. That's the 2nd time that center fielder has had problems, and John Sawyer, the head coach, kind of scratching his head after that.
Ball was right in his glove. He came in on it and turned his head, I guess, to look at the runner. Ryan Allen, with some heads-up base running, had gone halfway and saw the ball drop and got into second base. A lot of times you end up with a tough break and lose that lead runner.
Here's Luke Allen. He swings at the first offering and pops it up into shallow center. This one could be trouble. Here comes Lanier. It bounces in front yet again. Going toward third base, and safe there is Ryan Allen. So it's a single for Luke Allen. And Luke has got to be pretty happy because facing the lefty there and swinging at the first pitch, he gets the base hit. Wasn't the best hit ball, but was well placed right out there in no man's land in center field.
A little blue pop this time goes for the base hit. The last time he hits that rocket line drive at the shortstop that makes 3 outs on the play. So maybe there is some justice and things turn around a little bit here. I guess that's going to be all for Brian Blannett now, though.
For magazine, you'll enjoy a quick and fair settlement of your personal or business loss. In fact, we're known as the no problem people because service is our claim to fame. See your auto owner's insurance agent today.
Call your auto owner's agent. They are people just like you.
See Steele Jones Insurance Agency, located on Floyd Street Southeast in Covington. Or call 786-9213.
Auto owners, the no problem people.
If you think your business is too small to afford a business radio system, think again. It may be too small not to have one. In a small business, efficiency is a must. The more time you save, the more money you make. East Metro Communications can show you how a business radio system can make your business more efficient. To find out more about the full line of standard business radios, see East Metro Communications on Highway 278 or call 786-6796. Your local authorized dealer for Standard Communications, the business radio people.
And welcome back to Brookwood High School in Snellville, Georgia. Newton Rams with a possible big inning going. Only 1 out. The bases are loaded. They've knocked another pitcher out of the box. And here to tell you about the new pitcher for the South Gwinnett Comets, Kevin Holden.
All right, Bill, thank you very much. That's Robbie Cato out there. No relation to anything in the news. Don't make any references at all. Robbie Cato is on the hill. He's a right-hander, and the experiment with bringing the left-hander in from Coach Sawyer of South Gwinnett was not a success. In an inning and a third, Breeze Blannett faced 9 batters. The 3 on base are his responsibility. He has given up 2 runs so far on 3 hits, 2 singles, and the 2-run homer from Easterday. The key statistic, though, 3 walks and no strikeouts, and he walked 3 of the first 4 men he faced. The 4th one took one over that wall, and that will get you pulled from the game kind of quick when things like that happen.
And Richie Cleary comes up to the plate, and in watching this particular pitcher loosen up, it appeared he was strictly a fastball pitcher.
Richie Cleary would probably like to hear that. First pitch is a fastball and fouled off to the right side. It's 0-1. Richie Cleary looks like a slugger in the box score right now. He's 2 for 2, and both of those base hits have traveled a combined 150 feet. He's chopped 2 of them over the pitcher's mound, 1 to the right side, 1 to the left, and both times safe at first. But he's 2 for 2 nonetheless. Runners take their leads from every base. Stretch, the righty, brings it home. It's past the catcher and back to the screen. Here comes Ryan Allen. He'll score standing up. Everybody else moves up a base. And the Rams lead this one now 4-0. And things falling apart here for the Comets in the 5th.
Pitch way high in the strike zone. The catcher, Mike Pappas, went up to get it. It deflected off the top of his glove, but that ball was actually over Richie Cleary's head. And all the way back to us. In fact, it landed right in front of us here at the backstop, and the runner had no problem scoring, and the other runner's moving up 90 feet. So still a good opportunity here for the Rams.
Now Cleary with 2nd and 3rd and 1 down. Stretch, the pitch on the way home. It is up high, ball 2. And Pappas had to come up out of the crouch. That one nearly ended up over his head and back to the screen, and Brian Moon was set to come home if that were to happen.
Robbie Cato throws very hard, but appears to be basically out of control of himself, and the ball really taking off and rising to the hitters.
Cleary awaits as the 2-1 is an off-speed, swung on and missed. Ball gets away temporarily from Pappas, but Moon will stay at 3rd. It goes to 2-2, and Cleary saw a fat pitch about high, and he's smiling about it because that pitch was not a very hittable one, but he certainly went chasing after it. 2-2 here with 1 down. Luke Allen is the runner at 2nd. Brian Moon, the catcher for the Newton Rams, is at 3rd. 2-2 pitch. Fastball in that same spot, but Cleary lays off here, and the count runs full.
That's a very tough pitch for Richie to lay off if he likes that high fastball. And a lot of times he is strong enough to turn on it. This kid throws real hard, though, and Richie laid off it to run the count full. 3-2 pitch on the way. And it is up high over Cleary's head for ball 4. So the bases are once again loaded. And this time Sam Allen is going to be the hitter. Allen is 0 for 2, a strikeout and a double play and 2 trips up there. So he's hoping to change his luck here. And the Newton Rams could really benefit if he could change it in this at-bat. The infield playing in at the corners, and they're back in the middle. They're looking for that double play around 2nd and short. But Be nice to see Sam drill one into his favorite spot, that left center field gap here.
Once again, with the bases loaded, he swings and drives one toward left field. Going back on this one is Dobbs. Still going back on it. It is a foul ball down the left field line. Didn't miss by much. Sam Allen put a pretty good charge into that ball. If it had bounced fair, he would have had 2, perhaps 3 RBIs.
He turned on it and really drilled it down the line, and probably in our ballpark, that might have got out of here. That ball traveled a good 325 or 330, hitting once and going against the wall, but just about 2 feet foul.
So Allen comes back to the plate after the very noisy strike with a count of 0-1. Cato winds and brings it home, and it's a called strike on the outside corner, 0-2.
Sam will really need to shorten up his stroke here and just try to get the ball in play. With only 1 out, you really need to get this ball out of the infield, out into the outfield.
7 straight people have reached base for the Rams here to start off this 5th inning. One of them was caught stealing. That's the out that's on the scoreboard right now. Stretch the 0-2 pitch. Allen swings and misses. About shoulder high with a fastball, just challenging Sam Allen, and he went after it and came up short.
That's that pitch that we always talk about that looks so good, but you just really can't hit it, and Sam was overmatched there and unable to come up with it.
So if the Rams can put more across, it will be up to Lance Coffin. 0 for 1, he has received a base on balls. Brian Moon is at third, Luke Allen at second, and Richie Cleary at first with 2 down. The pitch on the way home, line, base hit, right field. 1 run will score. Luke will hold up at second base. Allen will stay there. Richie Cleary stopping at second, and on the base hit from Lance Coffin, another one comes home. And the Rams lead it 5-0.
And a good job of hitting by Lance Coffin. Took that outside fastball and laced it over the second base and set into right field. I thought with 2 outs we might see 2 runners go ahead and come around to score, but they held them up with Brent Johnson coming up to the plate now.
Johnson was the first man up in this inning, and the home plate umpire and Coach Brassfield will have to talk for a moment. The reason being, Johnson was lifted for a pinch runner earlier this inning, and he's being re-entered here in this inning. So he'll be back in there to hit. He's 0 for 1. He also received a walk.
Once again, the Rams continue to show that they can hit that fastball. And the South Gwinnett pitchers have really not thrown any breaking balls or off-speed stuff for strikes that I can recall throughout the whole day. And the Rams have sat on the fastball and timed them out pretty well.
And so Brent Johnson will try to do the same thing here against the fastball pitcher, Robbie Cato. With 2 down, and the bases loaded up with Newton Rams. Stretch and first pitch to Johnson. A curveball stayed up high and inside. It's 1-0.
That may be the closest they've come to a strike with a breaking ball. That was not a bad curveball, but it just didn't quite curve in and stayed up a little high in the strike zone.
5 runs on 8 hits, make that 9 hits for the Rams so far. The 1-0 pitch. There's a called strike on the outside corner, makes it 1-1. Cato seems to be able to throw the fastball on occasion to spots in the strike zone. Throws it well regardless, but occasionally likes to get it up in the zone, and that's where Johnson
and was fooled by the off-speed pitch. Good pitch there by Robbie Cato.
Now with a 1-2 count, once again, South Gwinnett can escape without any further damage. 4 runs have already come across. The 1-2 missing, but not by much. Evens the count at 2-2.
Cato doesn't want to go to a full count here, so Brent Johnson can probably be looking fastball and probably somewhere where he's going to be able to hit it.
Allen away from third, Cleary from second, and Coffin from first. That one in the dirt. And Pappas made a nice stop there, sliding toward his right side, toward the first base side, to keep that from coming back to the screen. And with the copious amount of room we have here, we would have 1 run come across if that could get by him.
Get ready for the old merry-go-round. Everybody will be off and running.
3-2 on the way. Here it is. Swung on and popped up foul territory, right side. Right fielder gives chase, but he will not get there. It's out of play. So Johnson will step back up there with the full count. Rams have pushed 4 across in this inning. The first man walked. The pinch runner, Stephen Hires, was caught stealing. Then Ryan Moon received the walk. Matt Easterday found a pitch to his liking and parked it in the left center field trees out there. Ryan Allen received the base on balls. Brian Moon reaching on an error by the center fielder. Luke Allen singled. Cleary walked. After the strikeout to Sam Allen, Coffin singled. There's a swing and a line drive right back to the screen. Count remains full, 3-2, and Johnson staying alive here.
Brent Johnson doing a good job of battling up there. He's full in the count at 3-2. He's fouled off a couple tough pitches. He's going to make Robbie Cato come in with one to him to hit. Of course, Cato not having the best control either. If he slips up and throws one out of the strike zone, that'll walk a run in, and an easy way to get an RBI for Brent Johnson.
6 players on this Ram team are hitting 300 or better. Of course, that's with a minimum number of at-bats. Stretch, 3-2 on the way. Outside, ball 4. Johnson with the base on balls. Coming across is Luke Allen. And that will make the score 6-0 in favor of the Newton Rams. I was going to say that Johnson is one of those 300 hitters, so he has done a good job during the regular season, but this time the base on balls does just as well.
An RBI is an RBI, and in this game, every run that we can put on the board looks better and better.
And still bases loaded, 2 down, with Ryan Moon up there. If you had to leave for 15 minutes or so, we are still in the top half of the 5th. What you've missed is a 5-run Newton Ram rally. First pitch, curveball in the dirt, and Pappas keeps it in front, 1-0.
He's done a great job of blocking the ball up there, reminiscent of the way Brian Moon has done such a good job for the Rams. And playing on this field, if you don't stop it, there's going to be run scoring all day on it.
The stretch, the 1-0 pitch, called strike, outside corner, 1-1. Pappas has shown good defensive abilities from what we've seen so far as a catcher. He appears to be one of the stronger ones we've actually seen this year. A ball on the strike to the sophomore second baseman, Ryan Moon, who's settled in nicely to the number 8 spot in the order. That pitch is in the dirt. Gets away a couple of feet from Pappas, but Cleary decides to stay at third, and wisely so.
Good heads up by Richie. He was watching the whole way, saw that it did not get far enough away, and went back.
If the Rams can hold on and win this game, they'll play the winner of Central Gwinnett versus Brookwood Monday at 8. There won't be any games played tomorrow. There will be 3 games played Monday. 2-1 pitch. Fastball outside and low. 3-1. Another wide one. And Robbie Cato will have walked in 2 runs. He's already walked 1 in here, giving the base on balls to Brent Johnson. The Rams in this inning have received 5 free passes, and the Comets in danger of giving them a 6th. Pappas with the sign. Cato bringing the 3-1. This is bounced at home plate, right back to the mound. Cato takes it in his throw to first, is in time. And the Rams go down in the 5th, but a monster 5th inning for the Newton Rams as they push across 5 runs. They do so on a total of 3 base hits. 1 South Gwinnett error, 3 men left on base. We have played 4.5 innings here at Brookwood High School in the Region 8 Quad A tournament. Rams on top 6-0. Ram baseball on WGFS AM 1430, made possible by East Metro Communications, Covington's authorized agent for AirTouch Cellular.
If you want to save money on a great chainsaw, you want the Husqvarna 51. Because right now at Coast to Coast Home and Auto, you can pick up the powerful, reliable, and lightweight Husqvarna 51 for only $329.95. That's a savings of $70. With 3.1 cubic inches, the Husky 51 has the power to do some serious cutting. Thanks to an extra-large air intake and filter, it runs clean and cool. It weighs just over 11 pounds and features a combination choke idle for easy starting. What's more, it has one of the industry's lowest vibration ratings. It all adds up to a saw that lets you do a lot more with a lot less effort. No wonder professional loggers choose Husqvarna. So pick up your own Husqvarna, the Husky 51, and save big. It's just $329.95 at Coast to Coast Home and Auto. Call them at 786-7979 for more information, or see them on the square in downtown Covington.
And welcome back to Brookwood High School and playoff action. The Newton Rams with an explosive 5th inning, carding a 5 spot. Here to tell you about it and bring you home the rest of the way, Kevin Holden.
All right, Bill Dolan, thank you very much. And in the bottom half of inning number 5, we'll see from the South Gwinnett Comets the bottom third of their order, starting with Ryan Keogh, their shortstop. He's 0 for 1. South Gwinnett has 3 hits in this game. They have not put a run across against Richie Cleary, who has been a dominant pitcher at various times in this game, with the exception of that last half inning. The last inning, actually, the bottom of the 4th. First pitch, a called strike on the curveball, 0-1. We'll see how the long last half inning will affect him. That last half inning was a long time in the making. There's another called strike, 0-2, so apparently out of the starting gate, the delay hasn't hurt Mr. Cleary. He goes into the wind, the quick worker brings it home. That one didn't miss by much, a little outside, ball one.
And the Newton fans hooting and hollering on that one. I've seen that pitch called a strike many times today. That was a good 0-2 pitch.
Keogh bats from the right side. There's called strike 3 on the curveball. Cleary dropping that one in. At the beginning of the game, he used his curveball as a pitch that started in the strike zone and broke down. This one started high and broke into the strike zone and froze Keogh. That is the third strikeout for Cleary. And it brings up Mark Beverly, third baseman for the South Gwinnett Comets. He's 0 for 1. He thought about going after the first pitch, but laid off at the last second as it was outside. They'll check the first base umpire, who agrees with what I just said, and it's 1-0. That pitch in the dirt from Cleary on the fastball, making it 2 balls, no strikes.
Richie's curveball is really snapping hard. You've seen so many trying to check swings and unable to do so in this game.
That fastball also low. It's 3-0. Cleary has only let one person reach base via the free pass. That was Scott Henley last inning. But he's behind 3-0 here to the number 8 man in the order. 3-0 pitch. Low and outside, ball 4. So all of a sudden, here in the 5th for Pappas, who was 0 for 1 with a strikeout. First pitch there, another called strike. That looked like a curveball also. It's 0-1.
Richie getting ahead with that curveball. That seems to be his most effective pitch today, and he spotted it really well.
He throws to first, but Beverly is back in safely. The 0-1 pitch on the way. It is high and tight for ball 1. This game about an hour and a half old. There have been a lot of quick-moving high school baseball games, and up until the last half inning, this one was as quick-moving as just about any. There's the swing and a miss. Another change-up/curveball from Cleary, making it 1-2.
That pitch is so effective because it actually breaks away from and out of the strike zone, and the hitter really can't hit it even when he catches up with it.
There's a called strike on the inside corner. That one curved in and caught the inside part of the plate, and Mitchell caught looking. So of Cleary's 4 strikeouts, 3 of them of the variety where the batter is looking at strike 3. Only one swinging strikeout. That was Drake in the second. Here's Ryan Tobin. He's 0 for 2.
And all 3 of them have been on the breaking ball.
Cleary delivers to Tobin, who swings and misses 0-1. All of South Gwinnett's hits so far in this game have been singles. The Rams have had 1 long ball from Matt Easterday, part of that 5-run 5th. 0-1 pitch. Another swing and a miss and another changeup, 0-2.
This may be classic Richie Cleary. He's doing a great job of pitching. He's not out there trying to throw. He is just working everywhere.
That one grounded on 2 hops to short. Sam Allen, or rather Ryan Allen, will go to second base, where Ryan Moon makes the put out and takes care of the South Gwinnett Comets here in the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors, a man left on base. And after 5 full innings, Rams lead the South Gwinnett Comets 6-0 in this first game of the Region 8 Quad A baseball tournament from Brookwood High School. We will be back. Ram Baseball on WGFS AM 1430, made possible by the folks at East Metro Communications, Covington's authorized agent for AirTouch Cellular.
Have you noticed lately how many people are wearing pagers? It's incredible how popular pagers have become. No doubt, the tremendous popularity of pagers is because a pager is one of the most reliable and economical ways to stay in touch. East Metro Paging offers reliable Motorola pagers, and basic coverage gives you all the Metro Atlanta area, including Athens. Our extended coverage pager works in other major Georgia cities. That's East Metro Paging, your hometown paging company. Go by and see them today on Highway 278, a quarter-mile east of the hospital in Covington, or give them a call at 786-6796. That's East Metro Paging, a division of East Metro Communications Incorporated, located on Highway 278, just east of the hospital. Call them at 786-6796. That's 786-6796.
On top, 6-0 as we head to the 6th inning. And here to tell you about it, and a new pitcher for Gwinnett South, Kevin Holden.
All right, thank you very much. The Comets send up Wes Parks as their fourth pitcher here. Robbie Cato pitches 2/3 of an inning and had a little bit of trouble as he came in. He walked the first man he faced, then got a strikeout, but then Coffin singled, then the walk to Johnson. Ryan Moon grounded back to the mound. I believe that the pitcher from earlier, not the last one, but the one before, Brian Blannett, appears to be in left field, I think, right now. Wes Parks now on the mound here for the South Gwinnett Comets. He was in right, so we'll see who's in right field.
In right field, it's going to be Brad Cootie. Brad Cootie, number 4, goes to right field.
So Cootie is in the game now as a right fielder here in the 6th inning. And Parks on the hill as the fourth pitcher here for South Gwinnett. The first man he will face will be Matt Easterday. Easterday will remember his last at-bat for a long time, a postseason 2-run home run to help the Rams out and help pad that lead on the scoreboard. Easterday 2 for 2 with the single and that long blast. Parks with the wind of the first pitch. This one's hit hard toward right field. Cootie goes back on it. Still going back on this one, and he makes the catch near the base of the wall and falls over after making the catch. So Easterday is really driving the ball out there. That one almost got out of here, another 10 or 15 feet.
He got it up in the air, and it was kept going and going and going. And Brad Cootie, the right fielder, a little unsure of himself on that one. Ended up sitting down afterwards and getting his wallet dirty, but credit him with a good catch, hanging on to it.
Now Ryan Allen. Park's first pitch to him is lined toward left field. Dobbs going back on this one and makes a nice running catch. Waist high, let it kind of fall into the mid, waist high out there for out number 2, and the first time that Ryan Allen has been retired in postseason play in '95.
If you had to say one thing about the outfielders for the South Gwinnett Comets, they do not appear to be the most fleet of foot. They have struggled a little bit in getting to some balls. When they get to them, they tend to catch them. Of course, there was that big error in that last inning by the center fielder also, too.
And now here's Brian Moon, and as a matter of fact, he was the hitter when that center fielder Lanier dropped the can of corn out there. First pitch is in the dirt and back to the screen under the most harmless of circumstances with no one on base, 1-0. And the catcher, Mike Pappas, has a long trek back to the screen to retrieve the foul ball.
The Comets play very, very deep in the outfield. And for a park this big, that's why I think you've seen a lot of balls hit by the Rams drop in front of them or cause problems, too.
Parks, the righty, winds and delivers to Moon, who takes a strike, 1-1. Moon has been switching sides of the plate all afternoon. Started from the left side, turned around to the right side when the lefty came in. Now with the right-hander in, he's batting from the left side, bunts this one, but foul up the third baseline, 1-2. Nice idea. Third baseman Mark Beverly was well back, and Moon would have been safe, perhaps had the ball been fair, but it rolled foul.
Just did roll foul, and Beverly did a good job keeping it foul, because like you say, I believe Brian would have beaten that one out. It was a good bunt, hard enough to get past the pitcher and make the third baseman come in, and they would not have thrown him out.
The Brian Moon in a hole here, 1-2, a .355 hitter during the regular season with a pair of home runs, 16 runs driven in. And superior defensive skills to boot. The 2-2, line toward right center field. That's in for a hit. That one may go all the way to the wall. No, the right fielder, Cootie, cuts it off, but here goes Moon headed for second base, and he's in standing up. It's a double for Brian Moon. And another extra base hit for the Rams, and another runner here, but with 2 down.
Brian able to turn on that ball inside on him. He appears to be staying back off that plate a little better and drilled it over the second baseman's head out towards the gap. Cootie did a good job of getting over and cutting it off, but with Brian Moon's speed, he was still able to easily coast into second base with a stand-up double.
Now Luke Allen, back to facing a right-hander. He's got to be happy about that. He is 1 for 3, a single, a flyout, and a triple play lineout to shortstop. He takes the first one down low for ball 1. Luke Allen during the regular year, a .313 hitter, team leader in RBIs with 23. Richie Cleary, 1 behind. He had 22 during the regular year. The 1-0 pitch. Allen swings and misses, 1-1.
Appeared to be looking maybe for something off speed there as he was way behind the fastball there.
Moon leads away as Parks takes a look at him. Allen swinging the 1-1 and grounding it right back up the middle. The pitcher, Parks, makes a good play, retrieves and throws to first in time. And the Rams go down with 1 hit and 1 man left on base here in the 6th. And after 5 1/2, it's the Newton Rams 6 and the South Gwinnett Comets nothing. Region 8 Quad A Tournament Baseball from Brookwood High School, right here on WGFS AM 1430, made possible by East Metro Communications, Covington's authorized agent for AirTouch Cellular.
It's April's Best Buys of the Month going on now at Mayfield Ace Hardware. A Wedco 2.5-gallon poly can, only $2.77. Ace long-handled shovels, $9.99 each. Wesley's Car Wash or Tire Cleaner, $1.99 each. And an Ace 34-gallon trash can, only $8.77. It's April's Best Buys of the Month going on now at Mayfield Ace Hardware on the Square and in Newton Plaza.
Did you know that termites cause more damage to homes annually than fires, floods, and natural disasters combined? To protect your home from termites and other pests, call Cleary Exterminating at 786-4937. They'll send them packing, termites and beetles, fleas, rats and mice, roaches, and ants. Commercial or residential, we can help get rid of what bugs you. Call Cleary Exterminating on Highway 278 in Covington, 786-4937. At Cleary Exterminating, we make mouse calls. Today's business relies on communication. A two-way radio system provides communication instantly. For information about two-way radio, visit East Metro Communications, this area's oldest dealer in communications equipment. East Metro Communications is locally owned and operated. That means you get good hometown service before and, most importantly, after the sale. East Metro Communications is conveniently located on Highway 278, a quarter mile east of the hospital. Call 786-6796.
And we head now to the bottom of the 6th inning. Your score, a good one from Brookwood High School. And here to bring you the play-by-play, Kevin Holden.
Bill, thank you very much. Bill Dolan, Kevin Holden, bringing you Ram Baseball live from Brookwood High School. And 6 to nothing, that is, the Rams on top here, the South Gwinnett Comets, in inning number 6. Clay Dobbs, the first man up for the South Gwinnett Comets, followed by Scott Henley and Wes Parks.
And just wanted to comment, we haven't really had a chance to talk about it much. Lane Floyd was warming up the pitcher in between innings. He was another one of the JV players called up, as was Doyle Baker and Ryan Lee. 4 of them called up. We did mention Stephen Hires, so the 4 of them are up on the varsity now for the rest of the year.
First pitch from Cleary to Clay Dobbs is inside for ball 1. Line and the pitch. Once again, low and inside. It's 2 balls, no strikes. Now they say he went around on that, so it's 1-1. Left-handed batter. Clay Dobbs is 2 for 2. Swings and misses at this offering. 1-2. A good, well-placed pitch from Richie Cleary.
And Richie really with good control of his curveball. He's throwing probably the best curveball I've seen him throw all year. He's just been really in complete control of that pitch the whole game.
Line, the 1-2 pitch in the dirt with the fastball, 2-2. And that's another thing that a couple of people have talked to Mr. Cleary about with the 1-2 count, not necessarily needing to throw a strike every time. The 2-2 pitch up high, making it 3-2.
Very, very close once again with the curveball. When Richie's missing, he's been really close.
Dobbs awaits the payoff pitch. Here it is, up high, ball 4. Third man that Cleary has walked so far in this game, and South Gwinnett has the first man on in the 6th inning. Rams cruising as of now with the 6-0 lead. In fact, this game could have ended up being somewhat worse given the first couple innings when South Gwinnett had turned a triple play and a double play in straight innings against the Rams. We're going to see a pinch runner at first base. Mike Hardy is in for Dobbs. This is the second time that Dobbs has been pulled out for a pinch runner. So Hardy at first base here with no one out in the 6th.
Number 21, Scott Henley.
Coming up after this game, 2 more games involving top teams from 8 Quad A baseball. The final seedings, Parkview, number 1 on the south side, followed by your own Newton Rams, then the Brookwood Broncos, who had the same sub-region record at 9-3. Over on the north side, Central Gwinnett has the 1 seed. The South Gwinnett Comets have the 2 seed. Norcross finished 3rd. Called strike on the first pitch to Henley, 0-1. Henley is 0 for 1. He's also walked. He pops this one up to shallow right. Now going back on the ball and making the catch is Michael Doss. That one had a lot of carry to it. At first looked like an easy pop fly to right, but Doss had some trouble with that ball.
Well, if you look at the flag in center field, it is blowing straight out towards right field now. That ball got up and just jumped in a real hurry. Michael Doss got back on it and did make a good catch, though. It's an adventure out there when that ball gets up in the wind.
And now here's Wes Parks. Parks 0 for 2. Hit a deep fly ball to left field his first time up at Easter Day. Made the catch almost against the wall as Cleary throws to first here and Hardy is back. Then popped one up to Sam Allen back in the fourth. First pitch. Swung on and hit high and hard towards center field. Under it is Luke Allen, and he makes the catch. And that is out number 2. So Wes Parks has been under the ball all 3 times. He's put a couple of charges into some balls today, but the Ram defenders have been there every time.
That was a major league fly ball. It was hit a mile high. Luke Allen all kinds of time to get under. In fact, it was so high the left fielder, Matt Easterday, was able to come in behind and back up Luke Allen on the play. Usually on a fly ball hit to the outfield, to straight away center field, it's unusual to see the left fielder get over that much.
Now here's Lanier. Steve Lanier, the center fielder for the Comets, takes a pitch for a strike. Another good curveball that comes in and catches that inside corner. Lanier is the only person in this lineup other than Clay Dobbs with a base hit. Stretch. And the pitch. That one missing, but very close. A little bit high, perhaps. 1-1.
And once again, when Richie's missing with that curveball, he is not missing much at all. That was a good-looking pitch.
Hunter takes the lead. That one's a called strike on the inside corner. Another off-speed pitch, making it 1-2.
This is certainly a totally different Richard Cleary throwing here than through Monday against Parkview. He has just done a masterful job of changing his pitches and throwing strikes.
This one is lined towards center field. It'll be in for a base hit. Coming over is Allen. He'll cut it off, and first and second for the Comets. And Lanier with 2 base hits, and Dobbs with 2 base hits, and that's all that South Gwinnett has had so far. Here's Todd Drake. The first baseman for the Comets is 0 for 2. Strikeout and a ground out. He looks like he has enough bulk that if he got a hold of one, he could drive it over that right field wall at 350. That's 350 feet for the right field wall. Stretch from Cleary. His first pitch is driven high and deep toward right field. Back goes Doss. Back. It's gone. 3-run home run for Todd Drake. And he did have enough bulk to get it out of here, Bill Dolan.
He did. He got it up in that wind. Like we talked about, that wind is really blowing out to right field. Richie came in with a first pitch fastball. He was sitting on the fastball, and he drilled it to right center field. There was no doubt about that one as it left the bat.
Richie Cleary had the opportunity to be the first Newton Ram pitcher this year to throw a complete game shutout there, but it did not happen as the 3-run blast off the bat of Todd Drake makes it 6-3. Here's Ryan Keogh now with 2 down in the 6th, and all of a sudden, if South Gwinnett can pick up another base runner or 2, we may have ourselves a nice tight ball game. Kind of what we're used to, but of course one of them being the 3-run shot. 14 hits between the 2 teams. Moon with the sign. The 0-2 pitch from Cleary is on the way, and it's up and inside, ball 1. Keogh bats from the right-hand side, 1-2 pitch. Missing just barely outside, 2-2. Scoreboard reads 9 hits for the Rams. Our total reads a little bit different. The Rams have 10 hits by our total. I have a feeling they called one of them an error because they have South Gwinnett with 1 extra error. Here's a hard grounder towards second. Ryan Moon bobbles momentarily, but is throw to first in time. South Gwinnett going down here in the 6th, but 3 runs on 2 hits. The big blow, a 3-run home run over the right center field wall from Todd Drake. No one left on base. After 6 full innings of play, the Rams on top 6-3. Newton Ram baseball on WGFS AM 1430, made possible by East Metro Communications, Covington's authorized agent for AirTouch Cellular.
Fit in some fun, slip into a grin. Show the world the mood you're in.
For out-of-this-world savings in every department, don't miss Goodies Moonlight Madness Sale. You'll find celestial savings store-wide, including Mrs. Novelty screen print tees and knit or sheeting shorts, only $6.99 each. Shop till 10 p.m. tonight during the Moonlight Madness Sale at Goodies Family Clothing.
Goodies feels like you.
Your guide to lawn care, farming, and gardening is the Farm and Garden Depot on Emory Street in Covington. For animal health, they have vitamins, dewormers, Happy Jack and Adams flea products, rabbit cages and supplies, chicken feeders and supplies, and AG spot sprayers. That's the Farm and Garden Depot, 4125 Emory Street, behind Burger King in Covington. 787-3870, 787-3870.
Back to Brookwood High School and playoff action. Well, the Rams lead cut in half with one swing of the bat in the last inning. Rams need a few more runs, and who better to get them for you than Kevin Holden?
Well, thank you very much, Bill Dolan. Quite a compliment there. Richie Cleary, Sam Allen, and Lance Coffin, and I feel obliged after more or less saying something about the home run off the bat of Todd Drake, saying that he had the potential right when he did that. So we'll say this much. Richie Cleary has the potential at any time to take the ball out of the park. He takes the first pitch up high for ball one.
Richie with a perfect day, 2 singles and a base on balls.
He takes one here for a strike on the outside corner, making it 1-1. Cleary has helped himself the most on the mound, but also at the plate. 1-2, line hard down the left field line, foul ball, and not by much. That one a couple of inches foul, making it 1-2.
It was very close, Kevin Holden. In fact, I thought I saw a chalk fly, but evidently not. We're not looking quite down the line. The third base umpire was in the right position, and he immediately called it foul. Richie really turned on that and drilled it, though.
The Rams' offensive showing has definitely been there. It has stayed there in this game, and the Rams, the last several games, have shown the good offense, and it's finally returned, which is something you'll need in the postseason. Now, if the pitching can stay consistent the way that Cleary has pitched in this game, Rams have a very good chance of advancing past this tournament. The 1-2 up high, ball 2.
Richie once again laying off that high fastball, doing a better job at it, and it's shown in the box score for him today.
The righty awaits, Parks delivers, and Cleary pops it up on the infield. The third baseman is under it, and Beverly makes the catch, and that is out number 1.
Richie just a little anxious on that one, caught the bottom half of the ball and hit it about 330 feet, but unfortunately about 300 of it was straight up.
Number 13, Sam Allen. Interesting math there. Sam Allen, the hitter, he is 0 for 3. Takes a pitch a little bit outside for ball 1. In 3 trips to the plate, he struck out twice and hit into a 5-4-3 double play. So now, if the ball was hit 300 feet straight up and it went 330 feet total, how did it come down?
It was 30 feet away from home plate.
Oh, perfect. That one swung on and missed from Sam Allen, a fastball from West Parks. It's 1-1.
Sam not doing as good a job as Richie Cleary laying off that high pitch. That one up in his eyes. He went chasing after it and came up empty.
This time he lays off the high fastball, making it 2-1. You're pretty convincing with that math. 2 balls, 1 strike. That pitch inside. A good curveball, but just missing. 3-1.
Actually, that was my minor in college, so.
Did you try any of that math in your class? 3-1 pitch on the way. That's up high, ball 4. So Sam Allen reaches base, and he can feel good that he's reached base 1 time at least today. He'll be there with 1 down, and Coffin, the hitter, a 1 for 2 performance with a walk.
And Sam was the only player in the lineup not to have reached base, so he does so here. Now each Ram has reached base at least 1 time in the ballgame.
Here comes Coffin to the plate. Wes Parks taking a look at the runner at first base. His first offering to Coffin misses up high for ball 1. Rams with a .313 team average this year. Opponents hit only .231 against the Rams. There's a swing and a high pop fly, but foul. Down the right side, it'll be out of play. And it's a ball and 1 strike to Coffin. 3 out of the top 10 teams in the state of Georgia are in this region tournament here in 8 Quad A. The Newton Rams 4th in the state in the latest rankings. Parkview is 3rd. And Central Gwinnett, the number 1 seed on the other side, is ranked 8th in the state. Sam Allen goes for second base on the delayed steal. The throw is in center field. Sam Allen had to dive head first into second base, or did dive head first, and for that reason had to stay put there. But it's a stolen base for him. And Sam Allen with his fair share, 7 stolen bases, and he's yet to be caught this year.
And not one of his better head-first efforts. That one only registered about 8.2 on the skid meter out there. But a good job on the delayed steal, as the catcher just held and pumped and then finally threw and made a really bad throw.
Parks unleashes 1 up high that Pappas has to come out of the crouch to catch. It makes it 3-1. On deck is Brent Johnson. Johnson 0 for 1, but he has walked twice. The 3-1 pitch. Coffin swings and pops it up right behind home plate. Confusion for a moment. Pappas makes a diving try, but can't make the stop. So it'll be 3-2. No error will be charged on that play. Pappas made a tremendous effort back there to try to catch that ball as it was popped up from Coffin and back toward the South Gwinnett side.
Unfortunately for Lance Coffin, Pappas did not see the ball immediately out of the chute, and he was delayed in going after it. Had he been a split second sooner, I believe he would have caught it. The ball actually hit in the tip of his catcher's mitt as he was diving for a great effort, but fortunately for Coffin and the Rams, he came up empty.
3 balls, 2 strikes. We have 1 down in the 7th. Rams up 6-3. There's a swing and a pop fly down the right side. It's in foul territory, and it will bounce before anyone can catch up with it. Sam Allen down at second after the stolen base. 7 out of 7 this year in stolen base attempts.
This is a run you'd really like to see the Rams go ahead and pick up here to give them that 4 spot again on the board. A 3-run lead, not really safe at all times, and you like to know that it's going to take more than a grand slam to beat you going into the last inning.
Stretch from Parks, the 3-2 pitch on the way home. Line drive, base hit into left field. Sam Allen will be around third base, going to try to score the throw home, and he is safe at home plate. Coffin with the base hit. Brings the run home, and Sam Allen hustling in and diving in head first at home plate. Congratulated by his teammates as he picks up the 7th run.
And that was patented Sam Allen coming home on that play. Rounded third. Coach Joe Brassfield with his usual run till they throw me out. Sam with about a 13-6 on the skid meter on that one.
Much better this time. I'm sure he's got to be a lot happier about that.
And another RBI for Lance Coffin. Twice he's done that now, come up with clutch base hits to drive in runs.
Coffin in postseason play has been very, very good in terms of driving in runs. In fact, he nearly single-handedly won a game against Parkview, bouncing one off the third base bag and bringing in 3 runs that turned out to be the difference. We're going to see a pinch runner at first base. That's Britt Mask coming in for Lance Coffin. So Mask will be at first base with 1 down, and the Rams having already put a run across to make it 7-3.
See a lot more of that now with the expanded rosters. It really helps having those extra people up where you can use somebody with a little more speed.
It was a little chilly this morning and when we arrived at Brookwood High School, but the temperatures are heating up now. Johnson swings and pops the first pitch foul down the right side, 0-1. Going to be a good baseball day. Not a cloud in the sky. Nice blue skies. Mother Nature has opened herself up here for a terrific day of baseball, and 3 big-time games going on here today. 3 here today and 3 Monday. There's a called strike. Fastball in a perfect spot near the outside corner, 0-2.
I don't think Brent was real happy with that call. Thought it might have been just off the outside part of the plate, but he's really going to have to protect that plate now. And the ump's been calling that most of the day, so you really got to protect it.
The 0-2 inside, runner heads for second. The throw down there, and it got him. The throw was to the first base side, but beat Britt Mask by enough that he was crossing just as the throw got down that way, so the second baseman applies the tag, and Mask is caught stealing.
In kind of a lucky break for the Comets that the throw was as bad where it was, and Britt Mask, unfortunately, kind of not a good slide, and he slid right into where the tag was. Had he gone around the outside or a little better slide, I think he would have been safe on the play.
Now Johnson in a much different circumstance, 1-2 with 2 down and no one on base, and here's the pitch. He just got a piece of it, fouled it back.
That was that high fastball up, just about let her high, and Brent just barely did get a piece of it to stay alive.
The top 2 teams from this tournament, that is the 2 teams that play in the championship game, regardless of what happens, both will advance to the state tournament. They take 2 teams from each of the 8 regions. 1-2 pitch, up high, ball 2. And what will happen is the team that ranks first here in 8 Quad A will play the number 2 ranked team from Region 7 Quad A, which involves a lot of DeKalb County schools. Last year the Rams were in that circumstance. They played the number 2 seed from 7 Quad A, Southwest DeKalb. The number 2 seed from 8 Quad A will play the number 1 seed from 7 Quad A, and it goes along like that, starting with 16 teams and working its way down. Brief discussion here between the umpires at home plate and first base, delaying the action momentarily. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the senior DH, Brent Johnson, batting for the right fielder, Michael Doss. He lines one toward right field. That's going to be in for a base hit. The Rams putting balls in the right spots here. Another base hit for the Newton Rams. This one by Brent Johnson, his first base hit of the game's action.
But his third time on base, Brent having walked twice, and in fact, walked twice in the same inning, something that doesn't happen often back in that big 5-run fifth inning that the Rams had. But on base 3 out of the 4 times. The other time, not real good when he popped up, but he's making up for it now.
The only 2 Rams who don't have a base hit from the starting lineup are Sam Allen and this man right here, Ryan Moon. First pitch to him is high and tight, ball 1. Ryan Moon, a distinction of being one of the few players who can say that his initials are across the front end of his shirt. Ryan Allen Moon wearing a Rams uniform. It would seem he was destined to be a Newton Ram. He goes down momentarily and talks with Joe Brassfield, his third base coach. A 1-0 count. Johnson leading away at first base. Pitch on the way home. There's a called strike. 1-1. Johnson had been lifted earlier for a pinch runner. That's why he stays out there in this circumstance. If he were lifted again, he'd have to be removed from the game. Rams second baseman awaiting the 1-1 offering. Runner is going, and it's a bunt up the third baseline, and well done. Johnson is going to try to come all the way around to third, and he's going to make it in without a throw. That's because it's out number 3. Throw to first base at 10 time, 5-3 in your scorebook. Ryan Moon is retired. So the bunt up the third baseline, looking to try to be a surprise, but nothing doing as Ryan Moon and the Rams here are retired. 1 run, 1 hit. No errors, a man left on base. Last chance for the South Gwinnett Comets. With your score, the Newton Rams 7 and South Gwinnett 3. Newton Ram baseball in the Region 8 Quad A tournament's first round. Brought to you by East Metro Communications, Covington's authorized agent for AirTouch Cellular.
Take the first step in enjoying the benefits of professional foot and ankle care by calling Atlanta Area Podiatry at 385-1935 in Covington or 918-1943 in Conyers. For your convenience, most surgical procedures are performed in our surgical suite on an outpatient basis. State-of-the-art laser equipment will minimize your discomfort. For initial consultation to follow-up care, contact Atlanta Area Podiatry, located at 4122 Tate Street in Covington or 1720 Honey Creek Commons in Conyers. Call the best before trying the rest. Atlanta Area Podiatry, 385-1935 in Covington or 918-1943 in Conyers. Your headquarters for quality care. Atlanta Area Podiatry, 4122 Tate Street in Covington or 1720 Honey Creek Commons in Conyers. Atlanta Area Podiatry.
Well, Ram fans, hopefully lightning will not strike twice again. Richie Cleary on the mound with a 4-run lead at Brookwood High School. But here to try to bring you through the bottom of the 7th inning is Kevin Holden.
Well, this situation has happened before. Richie Cleary on the mound at Brookwood High School in the bottom of the 7th with a 4-run lead. Mark Beverly, the first man he faces. This one, a little low for ball 1. The last time this happened, the Rams played Brookwood. It was 6-2, and Brookwood scored 5 off of Cleary in the 7th to win it 7-6. The 1-0 pitch is low, 2-0. Mark Beverly is 0 for 1. Walked on 4 pitches his last time up there. The 2-0 swung on and missed, making it 2-1. Richie Cleary having a chance to avenge that Brookwood loss under the exact same circumstances. The only difference, Newton facing South Gwinnett and not the Brookwood Broncos. 2-1 pitch, high and inside, 3-1. Brian Moon with the sign. 3-1 pitch on the way home, and here it is. Bounce toward third base. Sam Allen with the clean field and a good throw, and that's out number 1.
Sam Allen with a good play, charged the ball, got it on the short hop, did not lay back on it. He's doing much better coming in on that ball, came up, made a good strong throw to get the first out of the inning.
We'll see a pinch hitter here for Pappas. Walter Rayburn is coming in.
Number 2,
Rayburn batting from the left-hand side. So we see the lefty coming in here against the right-handed pitcher, Cleary, with 1 down. Mike Pappas was pinch hit for twice in this game. The first pitch, line toward left center field. No one's going to get this. It's in for a base hit as Easterday comes over to cut it off. And on the first pitch, Rayburn lines one to left center for a base hit. And Mike Pappas must not be the greatest of hitters, despite being a terrific defensive catcher, as they pinch hit for him twice, but in this particular circumstance, it comes out positive as Rayburn is at first.
Well, not really tagged or hit real hard, just kind of cue-balled over Ryan Allen's head into left field. Matt Easterday came in, made a good play, cutting it off and keeping it at first.
Richie Cleary with a quick toss over to first and a very close play. First base umpire calling the man safe, prompting a reaction from the Newton Ram contingency here. Ryan Tobin is 0 for 3. He has reached base once on a fielder's choice, and he was utterly fooled by Cleary's first pitch as he swung weakly and missed.
And Richie continues to get ahead in the count with that breaking ball.
0-1 pitch on the way, high and tight, ball 1. Cleary has walked 3 in this game. He has struck out 4. Most of the time, though, letting the defense do the work, and the defense has been solid in this game. There's a called strike on the inside corner, 1-2. Rams 2 outs away from winning this first game in the Region 8 Quad A baseball tournament. 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed. That's 2 down. 5 strikeouts now for Cleary. And the last hope for the South Gwinnett Comets comes up to the plate. Clay Dobbs' spot on the order is due up here. But it's a pinch hitter, Mike Hardy. Hardy actually came in as a pinch runner last inning. So he's batting here with 2 down. Cleary is to the belt. First pitch home. Called strike. It's 0-1. The Rams can win here. They'll play at 8 o'clock Monday, and of course it'll be live with Kevin Holden and Bill Dolan right here on WGFS. Third to first. Back in safely is Walter Rayburn. Cleary to the belt. The 0-1 pitch. High and inside. In fact, Hardy had to duck out of the way of that pitch. It's 1-1.
One of the few line that close. What a great pitch.
The stretch. Payoff pitch from Cleary. Swung on and popped up right in front of second base. Moons throw to first. In time, and that's out number 3. And the Rams have won the first game of the 8th Quad A tournament with your score. The Rams 7 to South Gwinnett Comets 3. Newton will advance to Monday night's 8 o'clock game in the winner's bracket. They will play the winner of Central Gwinnett versus Brookwood, which will be played later on this afternoon from Brookwood High School. We're going to be back and wrap up the happy news. Newton Ram baseball right here on WGFS AM 1430, made possible by East Metro Communications, Covington's authorized agent for AirTouch Cellular.
When you need insurance, here's the first thing you should do. Call your auto owner's agent. They are people just like you.
I'm just starting out on my own. I know the importance of life insurance to protect obligations, like my new car loan. But is there an insurance program that I can fit into my budget?
No problem with Auto Owners 10-year level term insurance.
How will I know this is the right kind of life insurance for me?
Auto Owners 10-year level term provides low-cost level protection and can be converted to permanent insurance later.
Who can I talk to find out more about Auto Owners 10-year level term insurance?
Call your auto owner's agent. They are people just like you.
See Steele Jones Insurance Agency, located on Floyd Street Southeast in Covington. Or call 786-9213, your auto owner's agent.
Auto owners, the no problem people.
If you think your business is too small to afford a business radio system, think again. It may be too small not to have one. In a small business, efficiency is a must. The more time you save, the more money you make. East Metro Communications can show you how a business radio system can make your business more efficient. To find out more about the full line of standard business radios, see East Metro Communications on Highway 278 or call 786-6796. Your local authorized dealer for Standard Communications, the business radio people.
For the best in chiropractic care, visit Lithonia First Chiropractic. Dr. Michael Brust specializes in nerve and spine rehabilitation. Call for an appointment, 482-1114, 482-1114. Most insurance accepted, and we take care of your insurance paperwork at no charge to you. Call Lithonia First Chiropractic at 3081 Stone Mountain Street in Lithonia, 482-1114, 482-1114.
Charles Evans Nissan refuses to be undersold. We will meet or beat any advertised price on any in-stock unit. If you are tired of high pressure and the runaround, come to Charles Evans Nissan in Conyers. We put the fun back into buying a car. Charles Evans Nissan is located at 1420 Iris Drive in Conyers. 922-7600. Remember, Charles Evans Nissan. We won't be undersold. That's 922-7600.
And welcome back to Brookwood High School Newton Ram baseball. The news very good as the Rams defeat the South Gwinnett Comets 7-3 in their opening game of the tournament. Here with the totals and highlights, the man who finished it off for you and got him in without jinxing him in that 7th inning, Mr. Kevin Holden.
Well, finally the Rams escape with a 4-run lead from Brookwood High School and don't allow anything this time at the bottom of the 7th. I guess that's the difference between regular season and postseason, and the fact that the Rams could step it up an extra notch. So the righty starts it off, the lefty comes in to finish it off, and your final total 7-3 for the Rams. 7 runs on 12 hits. They did not commit an error, and you can underline that a couple times in your scorebook because that is a major, major factor in this game. The Rams, who made 55 errors during the regular season in only 24 games, make none here. They leave 7 on base. Richie Cleary goes the complete distance here. The only thing he did really wrong in this game on the mound was throw the one bad pitch to Todd Drake, who hit the 3-run shot in the 6th inning. For the South Gwinnett Comets, 3 runs, 6 hits, 3 errors. They left 5 men on base, 4 pitchers pitching for them. And the man who picks up the loss is Brad Wiley. And that's unfortunate for him since he allowed only 1 run in 3 innings. But his relief corps couldn't help out very much in holding it for him as the Rams had that one big inning where they exploded for 5 runs. That turned out to be the difference in this one, Bill.
It certainly did. And in that inning, the key blow at the time, the Rams only up by 1 run, 1-0. Matt Easterday stepped to the plate and drilled it long and deep for his 2nd home run of the year. Also going along with another base hit, some good plays in left field. And for that, we're going to honor Matt Easterday with our WGFS Player of the Game, with, of course, a very good honorable mention to Richie Cleary for an outstanding pitching job.
You have trouble almost going away from Cleary for this, but Easterday's 2-run homer turns out to be a big factor in this game because of that 3-run home run. Easterday's 2-run shot opened up the Rams to score those other runs in the inning, so really it had more effect than just the 2 runs on the scoreboard. Of course, Richie Cleary with a fine job, and an honorable mention and in the highest for Mr. Cleary for his performance in this affair. Well, the Rams win their first game. What will happen to them now is they will move into the winner's bracket, and they will play Monday at 8 o'clock p.m., and that will be against the winner of the last game today, which will be the Black Knights of Central Gwinnett High School against the host team, the Brookwood Broncos. Coming up here at Brookwood High School is Parkview versus Norcross. The Parkview Panthers, the number 1 seed on the south side. Norcross, the number 3 seed over on the north side, and we'll be giving you some finals from that as we move along into Monday's action here on WGFS AM 1430. Bill, we'll look forward to seeing you Monday night.
Absolutely, Kevin Holden. And in fact, in celebration of the victory, I'm buying if you want to go to the Hard Luck.
Hard Luck Cafe is in our near future. The quicker we can get back to Covington, the better. And we'll come back maybe and catch updates from this a little later on. We'll see you at the Hard Luck. Folks, your final score from Brookwood High School in round 1, the opening game of the Region 8 Quad A tournament, is a happy one. Newton Rams 7, South Gwinnett Comets 3. So long, everybody.